Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Necrophages on Endless. I thought I'd take a look at the score screen real quick and check this out. We are only very slightly ahead of the guy who lost the game already. And this is looking pretty bad. Green is actually in the lead at the moment. And it's interesting to see that Blue had the lead until things all of a sudden went wrong for them. Now, Red is not represented on the chart, but what this tells me is that we have to be nervous about Green. Which means that we have to probably expand into them. First of all, to keep them from claiming more territory, and secondly, so that we can threaten them properly. Diplomacy is a whole different game when you are a necrophage. So, we can make a push with this single army. I'd prefer to go with an extra army at our back, for a little bit of reassurance. But I don't know that that's actually a thing that we have the ability to pull off. Given our mechanics at the moment, I think we do need to pull back off of dust a little bit. This is rough. With every... we have to keep some income going. I want to be able to pump out troops in more than one city quickly. This, going for the megapole is risky. So do we want to just make a move on pink right now? They have a lot of units, we know that. But we're not going to win the game by not murdering them, that's for sure. Yeah, what the heck. Actually, we can't declare war on them, never mind. This whole thing is moot. We need 47 influence to declare war on them. Well, let's see if we can maybe... Alright, they're harassing green too, so... We actually might be able to snipe pink while they're fighting green, because green might come down on them for that. So let's see if we can at least take out this village without them getting any reinforcements. It looks like... Yeah, right now, none of their units are in range. What? The border for this battle went like this. It was just outside of the city. Alright, well, let's manual fight and see what happens. If they actually do bring in their reinforcements, we get to fight their city garrison without its fortifications. I'm curious to know what happens in that situation, frankly. Actually, no, we should have this guy in front because the foragers have less move than the hero does. So this forager will want to go to here. And this one can go to here, and that allows the hero to attack from there. And then the necrophages can just move to wherever. It looks like they didn't bring in reinforcements. So we'll just throw another corpse on the pile. Alright, good work, everybody. Experience per unit, 16. That's okay. That's not bad. We are at 2. Our corpse pile is at 2. And it looks like green thinks that they're going to settle this region. So let's see if we can maybe... pull them back on that one. Oh, I don't have an action point. Well, I would really like it if green didn't settle this region, and that means we need to hurry up and get Skathalm to prevent them from walling us in entirely. I'm not happy about this outcome. And also, they're going to pillage our thing, and there's nothing we can really do about it. Unfortunately, we don't really have the ability to split our army up into 2 here and make a cool thing happen. Hold on, I wanted to start that battle. Alright, we take Indiana Bones and then rank 1 of Fast Healer on the next level up. I want to start that battle to lock all the units over there in place so that I would have time to do stuff over here. So we did pick up another anomaly by doing this. Our food has improved significantly. We need a settler. How long would it take to build one in Dinage? 3 turns? You know what? Let's do it, and it's top priority. Actually, hold on. At this point in the game, we can afford... I clicked the wrong thing. At this point in the game, we can afford to increase the cost of our settlers a little bit and give them the movement trinket. In the early game, the extra cost from the movement trinket can actually add a significant number of turns to the settler, but here it's only one. It's not so bad. Alright, Chisas needs to do something. It probably is not going to be building the settler. We can make another burrow, build out toward this other anomaly, or we can start making other units. Let's upgrade the proliferator design. Proliferators are pretty expensive by default. Let's just make sure he has armor on, basically. They can't wear a helmet, don't really have a head, I guess. And I'm actually not that worried about his weapons. I guess we can give him this and make him do unsteady, which is pretty good. In case you're unfamiliar, unsteady reduces the attack of the enemy you hit. Okay, so how long would it take to... 9 turns to make a proliferator with everybody on dust. What do we get from expanding out here? We would pick up 4 more industry. Yeah, it's probably not really that big of a deal. So let's go ahead and just start making units. Unfortunately, they're going to be coming out of here a little bit more slowly than we would maybe like. It'd be nice to have a proliferator in the army, though. Once you have your proliferators online, things get really, really good. Okay, he fled as we would expect, and it looks like we made him back off. He went into the city garrison. That's pretty cool. So the question is, if I get my choice of these 2 regions, do I want to take Maribond or do I want to take Scathon for the purpose of giving myself access to this? Probably I want to take Scathon, right? What does this area over here look like? Right by this this mud anomaly. Clay. Very low food. Very, very low food. Although that may be the case for the entire region, and we don't know, we can't see where exactly the top border is, but there's certainly a suggestion that the border is shaped like this. So it looks like there's not really a place that's large enough that we'd want to found a city up here. So I guess we just kind of eat a bad food situation in exchange for... Remember, when the Dearth of Dust event ends, this will be a significant amount of dust, or an okay amount of science, and a bit of production. A bit of industry. It's not a great city, to be sure, but it does an important thing strategically, and that may have to be good enough. Alright, we'll just keep rampaging through all the minor factions over here, I guess. And we'll work on our science. Do I want to work on my science first, or do I want to get... Actually, let's get Imperial Highways up. First of all, the dust will be helpful, and secondly, we could actually really use the roads. Our empire is kind of a weird shape. Troops reinforcing from Chisas end up... they do have a nice path to reinforce the attack on Pink, but not so much everything else. And we are, of course, going to continue to kill all of Pink's everything. Oh, I would have to declare war in order to fight... Ah, no. The settler's back. Get him. He will, of course, retreat again, and then we'll attack him at the beginning of this next turn. And he has so little HP now that retreating will be lethal. So he'll bravely stand and fight, and we will murder him. Okay. That's good for us. We got some levels out of it. Good XP. Alright, and then I think we'll go and eat this minor faction village. Why not? Settlers coming along. Everything's coming along. I actually do really want to meet Red, just so that I know where they stand. You know? So that I have an idea of whether they're a huge danger to us or what's going on. We probably don't have to manual these anymore. Alright, 5 corpses for the pile. That puts us at 8, yeah. So, let's pop food into Dineage. Because Dineage is suffering a little bit right at this moment. And it's about to lose a citizen. Alright. So I think we take Skethon. Yeah, we can see the border up here now. We definitely want to found in the south. It's just a crappy region. Alright. That's helpful. We'll actually be able to make some money again without having to devote all of our citizens everywhere to dust. Alright, and that extra movement is really paying off. So I guess we're gonna found near the clay and be happy with it. We'll scout over here and see what's what. It looks like this region is not adjacent to green right now, so if they wanted to settle around Skethon, it would be a couple of steps to do so. And we did just hit the amount of influence that we need to war on Pink. So yeah, I don't think there's any good settling location in Skethon. We could settle right there. Somebody beat us to the... No, somebody beat us to the Alchemic Institute. Well, okay, I guess I'm fine with that. What does the resource layout here look like? 846 Grim. Oh, we'll remember that this is with winter, though. Alright, it's at least close enough that it... I keep mousing low enough to pull up my Windows taskbar. It's at least close enough that it'll be easy to reinforce, although it is not close enough to have the capital's garrison aid in its defense. Alright, let's get some more murder. Alright, 5 more for the pile. We have a lot of things to build very quickly here, and obviously it's not a great idea to move our citizen out of food, as you can see here. We kind of have to leave him there. Let's do that. So should I snap back toward Pink, or should I explore some more? Let's head back. We're wasting advantage here. It looks like our proliferator will actually be ready by the time we're ready to fight Pink. Yeah, we just want to be friends, man. A line of risk, not a point of exchange. I mean, I'm a necrophage. They all know what's coming. Alright, so we have, what, 1 extra necrodrone finished? Yeah. And then another one coming eventually. Alright, we'll probably... Oof. Tough to move around during the winter. We will probably go ahead and accept that Maribond is going to be taken by green. I'm not going to worry about it. We need to get this. Oh, and he built the museum. That was nice of him. What a wonderful thing he has done for us here. So we want to integrate this proliferator, probably. At this point, I think we want to pick up science tech. We need to... Our research times are a little bit long. Our empire is not great at science at this moment. Alright, so the proliferator from Chisos needs to... Oh, man, look at how many turns of movement it is to get up to Dinedge. Alright, yeah, come to here. And yeah, you guys, I guess, go to there. We really need to get roads going. It looks like we may very well get the Megapole. That'll be useful. Yeah, start working on this. Alright, so how much are heroes at this point in the game? About 600. So we'll save up dust for those, hopefully. Hopefully we'll be able to get some. And what is this? Oh, no regeneration on units. Well, I hate that. Green has closed their borders, which I am not at all surprised by. Oh, while we're waiting, we can go repillage this, this thing. So what does he have here? He has Preacher 4. Preachers are always garbage. The Preachers are mostly around so that they can use the Unleashed Potential buff on other people. These Archers have pretty good stats, but there's only 2 of them. And he has an unupgraded Yotus unit in here as well, although it is level 2. That's something, I guess. His garrison has 9 units in it, though, so you have to be careful. Alright, torch it. And we got our mega pole. Alright, our army, basically our whole thing got delayed a little bit more than I would like, but it is time. So let's pump out some necro drones. Actually, you know what? The right away can wait. Let's pump out some necro drones, get a second army going as quickly as is feasible here. Oh, do we have enough fortification damage that we do this in one turn now? Oh, there's their guardian. We should start by attacking the guardian, probably. No, we just almost get it in one. Okay, so Dynech has a couple of spare necro drones. Let's see exactly what we're looking at. So let's move on to you. Merge up. You'll have 1 in 1 turn, and then in another few turns after that we'll have 2 more. Yeah, okay, I think we can start this basically now. As soon as I merge the proliferator in. And we'll just see what Pink has to say about it. This army is a little bit more dangerous, has a couple more Nameless Guard. We may want to start by attacking some of his outlying armies rather than going straight to the city and letting them come to us. I'm not a huge fan of the lack of regeneration while we're trying to do war, though. Hopefully, we can allow our proliferator to circumvent that a little bit by just spawning us new units, so our old units don't have to heal. Oof. They have a lot of guys, it turns out. Actually, we probably don't want this forager in this army. Yeah, maybe I want to swap. I was thinking let's make the hero's army stronger, but the forager is going to slow the army down a lot. If it was just necro drones, it would be really fast. I wonder if we can get Eslik Tarash. Is he out here? Eslik Tarash would be a fun hero for our flying army. Our all-flying, all-necro-drone army. Alright, purple has a lot of units. Let's start stripping them. So what do I want to do here? I want to go forager out. Go here. Then go here. You guys merge in like that. Okay. This makes a little more sense. Now that this army's all necro drones, it's really fast. He has so many units gathered so close together, though. I don't want to fight them all at once. I want to pick off outliers first. Well, he really does have a ton of guys. This army is all screwed up, though. It looks like it just retreated from green, probably. Or from red, who has claimed all of the territory that green had. And red is Broken Lords, it looks like. Okay. That's very interesting. So there's a Broken Lords player on a rampage. Maybe responsible for the death of blue. Pink is fighting somebody and having to flee. And we are here desperately trying to find a weak point to strike. Well, I think it just got less desperate. I think we can attack like this. Yeah, and not get any of their reinforcements. It means that our army has to come in slow. And we maybe don't want to rush in with these necro drones. Okay, what is the... These guys have 2 move and 3 range, so we just need to start far enough back that they have to move in on us. So he has to move forward. He can move forward. We can't actually start far enough back to make them not be able to attack us. Like this guy can hit any space on our half of the field, I think. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, yeah. But we can make them. We can make the ones in the back have to move forward so that the units coming in through the reinforcement zones have a better way of hitting them. All right, let's try to focus on the ranged units. All on the same ranged units if we could, just in case. Our hero can pick his own target. That's fine. Alright. These guys... Oh. The stun. The stun really should... I don't know what that sound is. The stun really shouldn't apply before my unit attacks their unit. Like, the attack should be simultaneous. And then if a stun happens, it prevents them from getting their next turn and the turn after that. But they shouldn't be able to just not take damage on a turn because they rolled stun. Because, like, what were the stun odds, actually? 10% chance per movement point spent. So yeah, there's no way that that was even 50%, because they don't have 5 move. That's really annoying. Alright. Well, we lost the Necrodrone, but it might be the last thing we lose. We have one guy who's pretty low. He could potentially get killed. This thing has 60 damage. Yeah, we might lose this guy. Oh, no, he chose not to attack that guy. Well, okay then. And of course, our proliferator doesn't get to participate in the battle because one of our units got stunned on the reinforcement pad. That's pretty crummy, but corpses for the corpse pile. Who needs population at this moment? It would be beneficial to us for the war effort if Dynage was strong. Okay. So, you're probably, at this point, getting the idea. This is what being a Necrophage player is like. It's about constant murder. Go ahead and run one of these guys out, and we can buy a hero, probably. Nope, next turn. It's all about killing the enemy, getting food, then using the food to bolster your ability to produce units, then using those units to kill more enemies, and then the brutal, vicious, wonderful cycle repeats. Hello, Red. How are you? Would you please merge? It's so hard to get people to merge. You know what? I'm going to attack, and let's see if they want to bring in their full army. I actually would be 100% okay with it. Let's do this. Let's rumble. Alright, we want our slower units to start closer to the enemy, obviously. Okay, they've chosen not to bring in reinforcements. Nothing matters, whatever. Oh, he's an ended, so he has disease immunity. He can't be parasited. So we're not going to get any Battleborn from this. That's actually really annoying. Very frustrating. The ended don't have corporeal bodies in the most classical sense. So they can't be diseased. I think they're made of dust or something. Their whole thing is not 100% clear to me, obviously. Alright, we will be merging the proliferator that we just finished in the capital into our hero's army. It'll be 2 Necrodrones, 2 Foragers, 2 proliferators, and then we'll have a backup force of pure dronage. So let us actually buy a hero now. We should get governors, because we have no governors. There's 2 Strikesfars available. That's great. This one is slightly cheaper. The other one is exclusively available to us for 12 turns. This one could potentially be bought by another empire, so that's another good reason to buy this one. Strikesfar is great. So, wonderful governor. Let's put him in Dinage. Looks like we're going to be sticking to our own kind a little bit here. So what do you have? Stalwarts 4 with 52 damage. Just tough guys, basically. Oh, they've come for us. Unfortunately, they have a lot of different units, which is inconvenient for me. Because it means that our unit's inability to heal is really going to be a serious problem. Alright, well this will be interesting. This will be enlightening. If we can win these battles, we have to make sure that we're getting the archers as quickly as possible. These other units are not valuable. Oh no, they upgraded the... These are Berdeki 4s. They don't actually seem to have much better stats. They have more health. Huh. Okay. So we want to make sure that the Proliferator is in a place where he can get his attacks in, but we don't want him getting hit. For some reason, the game likes to try to start the Foragers as far away from combat as possible, because I don't know why. I have no idea what causes the game to select the initial partition of your units. It puts them down in a way that makes sense to it alone. Alright, so... Actually, we want to start our units so that nobody's in range of these guys. And then we fly in and attack them over the cliffs. Yeah, this seems pretty good to me. So this guy wants to not be here. This guy wants to not be here. There we go. And now everybody's within attack range, but nobody's within archer range. And then these guys all have the ability to fly 3, get adjacent to the archers, and attack them over the cliffs without really endangering themselves. Or without really opening themselves up to interference. So, let's plan on all of the Necro drones going after archers. The units that must fight at the front will fight at the front. And you just shoot at literally anything you can find. Alright. Let's see how this turns out. We're going to get interfered with a lot due to these Berdekis. Yeah, this is something that their army is going to be really good at. Also, the first stun attack of the battle always works, it seems like. I find that very frustrating. They got 2 consecutive less than 50% stuns off there. That's annoying. And our units are electing not to attack. They're actually moving away from positions where they could attack. There's no good reason for them to do that, but they're doing it anyway. And our Proliferator moved adjacent to the enemies. So we want to make sure the Proliferator is attacking a different target each turn. It's no good for, to us for our Proliferators to parasite the same guy repeatedly. You either are or are not parasited. So we want to ensure that he's spreading his debuff to as many enemies as possible. That had a 20% chance of occurring. He moved twice and then landed his stun. Okay. Something ain't right here. I'm starting to wonder if the description of that skill is off, because if it's not, then these guys are some of the luckiest, getting some of the luckiest strings of dice rolling that I've ever seen. Yeah, we're getting our asses kicked because none of our units get to take turns. Yeah, there's so... We have, what, 4 or 5 guys stunned right now? It's crazy. Alright, there we go. We need to get some disease into the center of their units. One of the things that's really frustrating about the stun is that it prevents the spreading of disease. We can't disease people because we can't attack. Which means that these guys are basically getting to fight us completely for free, and none of the stuff that is, none of the stuff that is necrophage stuff, the stuff we're supposed to be specialized in, is working because our units don't get to take turns. Alright, we got a couple of diseases out. Hopefully we can get some kills on these units so that the disease spreads that way, since we're not able to spread it by attacking. Yeah, they're gonna come out way, way ahead on this due to all the stuns. And then our units aren't gonna be useful afterward because of the no healing. I really just thought this whole thing was gonna go a lot better because I didn't count on us effectively having half as many units as we actually have. Poor Necrophage dies to a militia unit. Sad. Alright, well that's a Battleborn right there. So I think we got 2 now. And I mean, the battle is certainly far from over. Alright, we're starting to get some good diseases inflicted. The initial wave of stuns is wearing off. We took a tremendous amount of damage already, though. Fortunately, the Proliferator goes very early in our units' turn order, which means that it's not terribly likely that his assigned target will die before his turn. That is a problem you can sometimes have with Proliferators, especially if you have other units equipped with a lot of glass steel or something. 88, man. Why are you not attacking anything? You were adjacent to an enemy. Attack stuff. Okay, well the 0 damage doesn't make the parasite not stick, so we're still good on that. Okay, and I think this guy is diseased enough that he'll, I think, die at the beginning of his next turn. I think he's got the disease up. So let's try to run our Proliferator out of danger if at all possible. You guys are seriously just being assholes. The aggressive stance says that if this unit cannot perform its selected action, it will instead attack. Cannot perform its expected action doesn't quite have the definition that you would expect, you know, just like English language. Sometimes they can't do their thing and they'll just do nothing instead, like you saw there when he ran into a position that didn't make any sense. Alright, so it looks like all of the archers are surviving their disease with 3 health left, so that they can, very tiny amounts of health left, so that they can get attacks off, which sucks. He'll die, this guy will die next turn. And of course, every time I tell my Proliferator to move somewhere, there's no enemies left in that location, or near that location by the time he gets there. So we're getting actually a lot fewer Battleborn than we should be getting, because of that as well. So enemies moving away too much. Yep, we had a second wave of stuns hit there, so our units lost a lot of offensive capability again. It's really frustrating how frequently these guys have been able to hit their stun ability, considering that most of their stuns have been like a 20% chance or less to occur. Get him. Yes! That's a Battleborn right there. Fantastic. Alright, so I think we got 3 Battleborn out of that whole battle, and we lost basically our entire army due to a combination of ridiculously unbelievable luck on the stun chances and ridiculously unbelievable luck on the attack rolls as well. They really rolled a lot of damage and a half in situations where it was not very likely. So really, really rough for us on that one. I think we're going to take this. We only have enough influence to do one thing. One level 1 plan. And we're going to... Let's get some retaliation here. So you can see here we have Battleborn. These guys are Battleborn. Their stats are totally fine. They're actually pretty good units. They have disease. They have sweep strike back. There's no way to upgrade the design of your Battleborn. They just are what they are, and they'll always be that. But it's fine. They're free. Once you get an army going that has a couple of... you should stay back. Let the Battleborn do the majority of the lifting. Yeah, and then we have this one. I separated this Battleborn from the army because there is a... Are you going to be able to hit him? Yes. Alright, we're going to get a Battleborn out of this too. There is a significant dust penalty to having an army over the size that it's supposed to be. So we want to make sure that we're not doing that very often at all. Okay, so we'll get some battle XP here. We won't actually take any damage. This is just a free Battleborn for us, basically. Unfortunately, it is going to take a moment. I did manual battle because I thought there was a good chance that they would just include their city garrison, but it has not worked out that way. Okay, so free Battleborn for us. Let's go ahead and throw you into that army. Actually, maybe we should do this. Let's have you and you, the injured units, back out. You guys are the hammer at the front of our forces. And you guys can just follow him back and, you know, be cautious and stuff. Alright, this proliferator is almost done. I really do want to get... Yeah, I think let's not go making a lot of extra... what do you call it? Oh, do we actually not even have enough... Well, these guys can get in here and start the siege, I guess. Okay. Yes, we end the Cold War. Let's rumble. And I think we're, at this point, we waited so long, we're actually pretty close to the next era. Okay, 3 more attacks. I don't think I want to go for demanding gods. I think that it's much more sensible to build markets. And honestly, we may go back and get sewer system after this. I want to make sure that we're at high approval, because every time you conquer a city, it screws with your empire's approval rating a little bit. There we go. 35. That's pretty poor still. Okay. That's interesting that they attacked the hero's army instead of the smaller, weaker army. It's a gutsy move. Yeah, I mean, this is us, right? Let's actually put Battleborn all in front, just so this guy doesn't run in and murder our hero instantly. Oh, they're bringing it. They're actually bringing their whole force. Well, alright. If this is what you want to do. No, go forward, though. Is the city itself impassable terrain? Because I don't actually want our proliferator up in front like this. Yeah, this is an AI classic. A bunch of weird things happen, so your ranged unit comes up in front, despite what his the sensible version of his orders might be. Yeah, you know, you guys keep targeting him, I guess. Yeah, because the proliferator has to get stunned, of course. It's pretty strange that so many of our units would choose to go backwards when there was an obvious path directly to this guy. I'm not very happy about it. Alright, and our poor units are kind of getting their asses kicked, but the disease is in play now, like, for real. He can't move this turn, but this way he'll move out next turn. Oh, the Berdecki's not even trying to finish him off. It went for... That was kind of a bizarre move on its part. Oh, come on, 0 damage. At least, I think he got diseased. Okay, those militia decided it would be a real shame if our Battleborn didn't get to attack. I agree with them, but I'm not sure why they think it's the case. I think our proliferator, yeah, okay. Proliferator gets to move this turn, so we get to start spawning Battleborn again. Alright, that's 2 up this battle. Alright, we lose the Battleborn there. But how many units have we actually lost? We lost the Necro... No, the Necrodron's still alive. Have we not lost any units yet? Are we going to come out of this battle positive? We actually might. It's a thing that happens sometimes as a Necrophage. Okay, there goes our Necrodron. I figured he was going to die. I thought it was going to be a lot sooner than that, though. Yeah, this happens sometimes to Necrodron or to Necrophage players. Once you get the proliferators online, as long as your army is reasonably modern, it's very possible to gain more units than you lose in any given confrontation. Alright, and that's good. That uses up the malicious attack, so our hero gets to swing hard and stay in the battle. Alright, there goes a Battleborn. Alright, hopefully our proliferator will get to attack this guy. No, looks like no. That's a shame. I should have pulled him back. Oh, there's still another one left, actually. Never mind, we're all fine. So what did we get out of that? 3 or 4 Battleborns? It's definitely at least 3. Okay, so our main army is a little heavy. Let's transfer out the injured. And we... Actually... I'm just gonna attack. They only have 1 unit left. It has a ton of fortification, but... Yeah, okay. Player eliminated. And we got a city that has a legendary building in it. This legendary building is not level 2 for some reason. Let's fix that. Okay, pretty good population. Well, that was easy enough. Now, I think fighting red actually should also be pretty easy. Oh, we gained another Battleborn. Because proliferators are incredible. Alright, we don't have a huge standing army. We could stand to gain a little bit more, but our treasury is in a great place now. Or at least our dust generation's in a great place. Our treasury will be in a great place, you know, in the very near future. We did take a hit to happiness. Our expansion unhappiness is going up, as well as our empire happiness being screwed up by the fact that we have such an unhappy city. But look at that. Now I'm not sure. I think that the penalty from being unhappy only applies to yields actually produced by the city, and that the stockpile figures in afterwards. So I don't think we have to wait on this. So let's go ahead and stockpile the lowest cities. Actually, we'll just stockpile everything except the city we just took. Try to push some population. Okay, central markets are going to turn out to be very important, I think. But the real shot here, the important part is, we just killed purple. We do not have, sadly, enough influence to go for any... Or, we just killed pink, rather. We do not have enough influence to go for any tech looting. Oh, they don't even want a truce. Whatever, man. Alright, so it's turn 81. There are now 4 players remaining in the game. Ooh, Moonleaf. I have to say, this one has been... Oh, thank God. Alright. So our units can get to recover now a little bit. We can start building alchemy workshops, which is great. I'm actually going to move a lot of the people in the capital onto... No, let's try to make sure that we get the megapole upgraded before I move people off. Alright, let's merge this army together. Okay. We have open borders with red still. They haven't closed up on us yet, so let's grab these ruins while we can. We're definitely not in the shape to fight. It'll take us a moment to be ready. But we actually don't have to really wait for our units to regen, because, like I said, proliferators are bananas. So let's... I'm going to merge the second proliferator into the hero's army. I just wanted to merge these guys together to lower our upkeep costs a little bit. Really? And red has consumed green. Okay. Well, any game where you are playing the Necrophages, you expect it to be a game where there's a lot of violence. But actually, there's been a tremendous amount of violence that we've had absolutely nothing to do with. Alright, so we'll refigure these two armies in a second here. Let's get right-of-way going. We have it in the capital, we'll have it in Dinedge, we'll have it in the new city of... What is this place called? Regsina? Okay. And our approval value should start going up pretty rapidly as we get this, because this city should be pretty happy with a level 2 Museum of Auriga. Alright, well I guess red... Let's take a look at the score screen real quick. I have a feeling that red is killing it on score. Yeah. Our score is still only just barely above the people who have lost the game. Which I imagine has a lot to do with the fact that, yeah, like, red has 43% of the territories necessary for an expansion victory. If we look at this real quick, 33. What does this number actually track? I don't actually know. We certainly don't have 14 regions. What does it say here? 28 regions to achieve this victory condition. Okay, so he's on like 13 regions. Or 12, rather, is probably what that number is. Well, we're a little bit behind red in terms of land that is actually functioning for us, but we can get there. We should rebuild these delvers, we should get the dyes, and then eventually alchemy workshops. I have to say though, I feel pretty good. I feel like we are in a position to get work done. Once we sort of reform our army here, make sure everybody's healthy, we should be able to start advancing on red almost immediately. So, do I need to produce more units? Well, let's make sure we have these buildings first. This stuff is going to be important. I have a third proliferator coming. I guess it'll travel with the back army, actually. So let's trade out a random battleborn to put this proliferator into the main army. I actually don't know how the battleborn statistics are derived. It might be based on the statistics of your proliferator, so that they continue to advance throughout the game. It might be based on what era you're in. There's all kinds of possibilities. Frankly, I don't know. But at this point, we're actually out of necrodrones. All of the necrodrones that we brought to that war died. Every single one of them. So we're probably going to want to replace some of those. Battleborn aren't great at everything, and like I said, it's beneficial to us to have an army that's just necrodrones as a like fast-moving strike force. Okay, so red is the one who got the tech building, or the tech legendary. Nobody's on the others yet. And we're very close to actually being able to see Adamantian and Palladian, right? I think we got a pretty big science boost from taking this city. I think this city had a really impressive science output, which is sort of what you would expect, given that it's the cultist city. You expect all of its outputs to be pretty good. Well, yeah, what the hell? Let's start moving. Let's let this proliferator catch up, and we'll build a necro drone or something to fill out that army. Well, I'll tell you what, our Empire is definitely not going to have that like mid to late game problem of not being able to generate enough early resources. Alright, Chaisus, you need to get with the times. Sorry, that's not what I want. I want this. You guys probably have to get back on industry. Okay, this would be a little faster if we had roads already. We're getting pretty close to being able to afford another general. Or not general, rather another governor. I think I'm actually going to try to wait and see if Eslik Taras shows up. I would really like to recruit him. Strikes Far will be our next purchase, though, to act as governor in another city. Maybe even Regsina. Not that Regsina really needs the help growing, but we could make this a really powerful city, and it's nice for a nice, powerful city to be on the front of a war. Feeds on Bones is getting there. How's Kairis doing? Okay, he's close. Right of way finishes. Yeah, we'll have that in a few turns. We need one more turn, right? Before we can, yeah. We can buy Strikes Far before he's no longer exclusive. Oh, I guess I ended my turn a little prematurely there. Let's actually go here. And then search this ruin. What do we get? 70 dust. Somebody got into Era 5. That's Era 5, isn't it? Yeah. We're almost in Era 3. I'm sure that the person in Era 5 is red. Well, let's slow him down a little bit, shall we? Yeah, actually, hold on, guys. Don't attack just yet. Okay, move over to here. They can move over the mountains, but they're... the reason they stopped here is because they couldn't move on to the village and then merge, and they always try to land, stop still, in the space before the merge happens. I'm sure there's a perfectly good reason why that's the case. I just don't know what it is. Alright, this city is really good at science, so let's assign a bunch of guys to science here. What will help us most directly? We could get armor tech. At the very least, we'd be able to afford to equip a lot of talismans. No, let's pick up this. That's going to be valuable to us in the not-too-distant future, I'm sure. I'm actually going to have Scathal be the place where we put the new Strikes Far. Yeah. Regsina is, first of all, probably good enough on its own, and secondly, would benefit more from a science-focused hero. It's interesting that this city still hasn't regenerated all of its fortification. I'm assuming from when Red took it from Green, but it's crazy that it takes such a long time. Let's actually build a burrow first. There we go. Alright, so that'll level up the thing there. They're huge. Do I want to start this up? Well, it's interesting that purple took this. I didn't actually see whether this fell to red originally or not. Are red and purple at war? Yes. Okay, so maybe we can, we can't actually be like friends with purple, but maybe we can team up with purple at least. Alright, let's do it. You know what? Maybe siege him. Maybe siege him first. Alright. Was this unwise? I don't know. Possibly. We are just about to be able to see Palladian. Ooh. Okay. It's interesting stuff. Better to be with us than against us. Yeah, whatever. You consider us friends as much as you like. Alright, and that's a faction quest step completed. With Kairis assigned to an army, search the temple ruins in Regsina. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we pull Kairis out to here for now? I'm an idiot. I should have equipped first. We did get 20 adamantium from that, which is whatever. It's not enough to equip a significant number of units anyway. Actually, I guess it kind of is, because we would equip our heroes first. So let's do things like this. Yeah, we're way better at science than we used to be. Regsina is a wonderful place. It's also kind of strangely shaped. So let's think about this for a second. How do we fix it? They have a lot of, like, this district is level 2, this district is level 2. These 3, and this one. I suppose what I should have done is built this borough over here. But I saw river. I was like, let's get river. Does this city have... Wow. Wow, this city was really advanced. How did we get them so easily? That's crazy. Anyway, let's build units, I guess. Drones. Gonna be a lot more war coming. Alright, so we'll pull Karis back eventually. I want to take Misan first. But for right now, I want to be violent. I want to be violent, and then we'll go and worry about our quest. Although I'm sure our quest is just going to be violent some more in the near future, because, you know, this is how things work. Alright, more food for the city. Go food. Oh, here comes their backup. Alright, let's do it. You're not... I said let's do it. Alright. The game thinks they're going to win because they have a lot of health. But they only have 52 damage. Basically, they're going to try to outlast us. But we have disease, which makes it very difficult to do that. Alright, let's start like this. These guys have 3 move in battle? Yeah, this will make it very difficult for them to get in on the proliferators. Which proliferator goes first? You? Do that. And then you can try to shoot him. Alright, and apart from that, everybody try to focus, I guess? I don't know why everybody wants to attack a different target. That seems a little silly to me. Alright. There's only so many units that can get around one guy, so we do have to split things up a little bit. But, yeah, disease is going to make it very difficult for them to win this by outlasting us. Wow, 79, huh? 118. Wait, how many times did they just get the damage and a half thing in a row there? Alright, well. Let's hope for our disease to do some good work here. You guys should focus on the guy in back. You can shoot him. You can shoot him. Try to keep spreading disease and violence and parasites. And basically, just keep being really gross. And remember that whenever one of their disease units dies, it spreads the disease to everything adjacent. Also remember that Battleborn have Sweep Strike back, so when they get attacks off on a guy like this, it sort of sprays violence in all directions, which is pretty fantastic. We are definitely having a little bit of trouble killing them. Oh, the freaking Kekators did enough damage to actually kill something. That's terrible. You should fall back a little bit. Is this guy parasited already? He is, okay. So I guess this dude's next? And you want to fire at... This guy's got it already. We want to shoot it at people who are kind of low. Yeah, that'll be fine. But everybody who's actually low has already got the parasite, so... Yeah, we're losing this battle pretty badly. It turns out we were not ready, but we can produce units at an incredible pace. Not even talking about the parasites, which may be less than relevant on account of us losing this battle so badly. but just our production capabilities are tremendous. So I'm not too worried about the war in the long term. It does look like we're getting our asses kicked this battle, though. Oh well. We're learning things, you know. We're learning exactly how dangerous these guys are, which is the thing that we did need to learn. I felt pretty unsure of. At this point, I think we will go ahead and try to use these guys for actual damage. So let's attack low targets. Anything that actually dies, you know, is truly tremendously beneficial for us. Oh, that one's almost dead. Should have attacked him. Well, he'll die at the beginning of his turn anyway. Oh, I forgot about Soul Siphon, though. Soul Siphon is actually a pretty big deal. It's a big counter to disease. In case you're not aware of how Soul Siphon works, any stalwart who deals damage to an enemy heals if the enemy dies later that turn. Actually, I don't even know if it has to be deals damage. It might just be attacks. But like I said, we're trying to... Actually, yeah, focus on him. Trying to actually deal damage here. We can maybe kill some of these guys. Alright, 26, 34. If we can get one more good hit on him, he'll die and he'll yield a Battleborn when he does. Yeah, you see there the heal from Soul Siphon. It's pretty significant. It's healing them for 20% of their max HP. So it's negating 2 turns of disease ticks. Oh, where are you going? What is this move? There's no... Hold on. There's no enemy that he could be targeting where this is the right move. This is a better move for every enemy on the table here. Because from here, he'd be able to go like this and be able to attack. This move around the forest prevents him from being able to attack this turn. It's just the game's just being ornery at this point. It's like, I'm going to make bad moves on purpose. Well, so that's the end of the battle. This is the last turn. We are going to lose probably all of our units. Maybe not all of them. A lot of the enemies are pretty far away from us. Why do you have to do 0 damage on counterattack all the time? This guy would have been dead like twice already if my units didn't always do 0 on counterattack. Yep, and now he gets a big heal. Where he should be dead already. But he gets Soul Siphon just like happened earlier. That's very frustrating. So what did we actually kill? One. We killed one thing. We got a Battleborn. Well, I feel like that was... First of all, that was a pretty solid beating. Secondly, that was kind of a little silly. From a probability of attack outcome standpoint, that went a little nonsensically. But alright, so Rigsina and Skathaln are the 2 places where there's actually some danger of reprisal. So you have to make sure that those cities are in good defensive shape. I'm still really not worried. Skathaln could fall. It wouldn't stay fallen, but it could fall. Let's make sure that Feeds on Bones is upgraded, for sure. So let's get you a nice big 2-handed axe. Actually, a 2-handed sword is the way we want to go now. We're going to be fighting infantry enemies mostly. He doesn't have access to a 2-handed sword, it looks like. It's 1-handed sword or 2-handed axe, or claws. Let's go this way, then. Right, that's better than this. 14 defense, 15% health, 6 defense plus 20% defense, and also 10% damage. Yeah, this is a better move. We can also... I don't know that we need detection. Yeah, I don't know that we need any of this. Do I want to outfit Karis similarly? Possibly. Let's go ahead and do it. Oh, he should probably have, like, real armor on. So we can have him fall back and hit that ruin while we're rebuilding our army. This may spawn enemies or something. If it does, we'll fight them. So we got the Fungal Laboratory. Limited to 1 copy in the Empire. Karis must be the governor of the city. It gives +5 per plus 5 food per citizen working food. Sure. So it looks like he's going to have to go back to... Yeah. Alright, so Karis must go to Chisis and build the Fungal Laboratory there. Okay. Also, we have to fight some Marines, because, yeah, there's plot, and the Vaulters are part of the plot. Karis died, as did his Battleborn. But we got an extra Battleborn for this army out of it. Alright, so Karis needs to go to Chisis. So, peace, peace, peace. Can I get any peace? Every burr, every click, every scratch echoes through the hard tunnels, drills deep into my head. I need to think. To think is to see, is to plan, is to survive. But the noise distracts me from my task. Menials, get out! Some peace, but a brittle one. Our acts have not gone unseen by the eyes of the Hindlegs. They grow bolder by the day, sending out parties of fighters. They will be killed and feasted upon, but I fear for the day they organize themselves as well as we do. They will overwhelm us unless we have the numbers. Our attention must turn to a new chamber. While we build it, we will be vulnerable. The hive will need to be protected, the enemy scattered from our lands. Then we can truly start swarming this world, Auriga. Riss has many ideas for how we might forge such a path. His mind is aflame, painting a blazing trail of the contraptions, strategies, and unions we might follow. While his mind burns, his body hardens and bends, becoming more like us every cycle. I never speak the thought, but he may be our future, a hybrid of Hindlegs and Hive Dweller that marries their capacity to reason with our brute strength. He has become more than a mere broodling. He has become an example. We must learn our enemies' ways, watch them, find their weaknesses. But I get ahead of myself. Nothing will come without the Broodmother's new chamber. Broodmother, you say? Alright, well, let's get Chisis re-governed. Unfortunately, Karis has taken a fatal wound. Not fatal, let's say mortal. A mortal wound. Whatever, he's fine. Chisis, yeah, give me one of these. Okay, 6 turns until the next step of the faction quest is complete, and I totally spaced. What's our reward? 30 wine? 30 is not even good enough to launch a booster anymore, is it? 30 is good enough as long as we don't take another city in the next 6 turns, which actually looks like it's probably not going to happen. Probably we will be okay. Oh, I didn't search the ruin again. It actually hadn't been searched somehow. I just had been distracted by the business of violence. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Necrophages on Endless. Come back next time when we plot our counterattack against Red. We got embarrassed. Let's be honest. We got embarrassed. But we're going to turn this around. And hopefully we can find some more sources of strategic resources because, frankly, this is embarrassing. We'll see you then.